nature of the track from so many places.
Well, the report is, I've had a report down that we've had in excess of 39,000 people here over the weekend. Laura Watts is the young lady holding the 15-second board. It's unusual for me to know the names of these girls, but I remember her as a 10-year-old schoolgirl racer. So, you know,
okay,
she's
5 seconds goes up.
She's 19 now, so she's a little different. Here we go then. Race 2, MX2 gets underway. Porcel not the best to start. Gunderson, the Norwegian rider, got a much better one there, but that's a KTM sweeping around the outside. Is that Rattray or is that that's Daruva?
Sure.
That big long legs, that's got to be Daruva going around the outside there. Those great big longy legs. And it's definitely a KTM, and no, it's Philippart. My apologies, it's Philippart. So, once again, the winner of race 1, the winner of the 2 races in Italy last week, David Philippart is on a mission, and that is Antonio Caroli. Hey, did you watch last week's race from Italy?
I missed it, unfortunately.
You missed it. Well, these two, for 2 races, were going at it like hammer and tongs, corner to corner. It was incredible to watch. It's some of the greatest MX2 racing we've seen for a long time. The 2 Italians were really going. We'll have a repeat performance here.
It looks like it could be one today. No, Caroli came from the back and rode well in the last heat.
Yeah, you were saying you were pretty impressed with the youngster and the way it was going, but another thing you came out with is the fact that you think that motocross riders are getting taller again.
Looks like it, yeah. Yeah, the older world championships were a little bit smaller than me, but now the newer guys at the top seem to be taller than me.
It may be something their mothers are feeding them when they're babies or something, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with motocross food or something. But Philippart's leads, Caroli into the Winchester Waves. Billy McKenzie back there in 3rd position. That is Porcel, yes it is. Christophe Porcel is 3rd, McKenzie will be 4th. So, if Billy McKenzie can get into 3rd, I'm not even going to start surmising possible overall results here at the moment, because you've really got the top 4 riders there that finished top 4 in race 1. So it's going to be interesting. And Tony Caroli, I think he's after the win here. He wants to beat Philippart here.
I'm sure he does. I think he's got a point to prove.
Someone wants to join in on the commentary here. Little Amy wants to sit on Daddy's knee. So we thought that might happen. But not to worry. She's welcome to stay. But there he is. That's the young boy, and he's impressive. The end of last year, rode with that broken scaphoid to take the World Championship. And Tony Caroli, but McKenzie going past. Is that? No, it's not. There he is. That is Porcel. I thought that was Porcel. That might be Tommy Searle that was there with McKenzie. It's a Kawasaki for sure. It's a small-statured rider, so it might be the young 17-year-old Tommy Searle. I can't quite read the numbers on the bike. They're pretty well splattered. And I can't even read the number on his back at the moment, but it is Tommy Searle. No doubt about it. Tommy Searle with Guarneri in 5th. Quixote, Gonsalves, Tyler Rattray 8th. A better start for him, Ryan, but not the one he wanted.
No, well, I think if he can keep it there or gain a couple of points, he'd be happy with that.
Yeah, that must be pretty tough for him, because last year he was with a chance of winning the World Championship. Injury took that away from him, and at the moment this year, it much looks the same.
It does, it does. Hopefully he can pull himself back together and be strong for the rest of the events.
Well, fellow South African Gareth Swanenpole there with the Molson Kawasaki squad down in 17th. He hasn't had the best of starts, and Tom Church's teammate 14th, a little far in front of him. Sebastian Porcel, number 19, 12th, and we're looking for the other Porcel, who we just saw crashing out. Where is he on our screen? And the answer is we don't see him at the moment in the top group. So let's have a look a bit further down. No, I don't see him until Daruva.
There he is.
There he is, he's last. 30th place for Christophe Porcel, the championship leader. Mark Daruva also, a bad start for him. Don't know what's wrong with him. He's got some problem of some kind. There's no doubt about it. He has, looks an injury or something. He has a problem.
Not sure.
Could be an injury. Crashed out last week as well. So Philippart's, Caroli, McKenzie, young Tommy Searle, just 17 on Wednesday. The youngest rider to score points last year at Matcham's Park.
Wow. I think he's going to go places.
World champion in the future?
Good chance, good chance.
So what have you got coming out of South Africa at the moment? What young lads are coming to Europe that we haven't seen already?
To be honest, I haven't been following much of the local racing, so I haven't really got a good idea of who's going to be next on the horizon.
On the horizon, yeah.
No.
Anybody in South Africa you want to say hi to? Because I know that they're watching in South Africa.
Well, probably a couple of my mates, Paul and Guillaume, because I know they're really jealous that I'm over here watching the Grand Prix.
They're really all jealous because you're sitting in the commentary tower with me now, watching what the camera sees, watching what they see, giving us the best. Of course, you yourself, you know, you rode Grand Prix, you rode with the nations team for South Africa, along with Colin Dugmore, and of course with young Gareth Swanenpaul as well, because you know, back in no more, I mean, 5 years, 6 years.
Could have been.
Could have been. I've still got a picture on the wall in my office. But of course, you know, we've had some great South African riders. Grant Langston being one of them in America now.
That's it.
Greg Albertine, probably one of the greatest.
Probably the best known, yes.
Yep. Young Albie now lives in America, I believe.
Most of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, some great riders coming out of South Africa. And Paul Cooper, of course, has now gone back to South Africa to race. He's basically curtailed his European Grand Prix riding series. Looks like Tommy Searle is now under pressure from Ruri Gonçalves, number 10. The Portuguese rider is coming on the young Brit on the Molson Kawasaki, so that's going to be interesting. But we're keeping our eyes to the horizon for South Africa for the next star, as they say. Because you're more attuned at beach races, aren't you? You like beach races.
I've had a few very good
How
beach
many
races.
times did you win Western Supermare?
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row. Was it 5 in total?
No, it was 3 times in a row, but I think I missed the podium once in all the 5 or 6 times that I did it.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I loved it, yeah. It's a great event.
Still is a great event. Tommy Searle at the moment, fending off the attentions of Ruri Gonçalves, the Portuguese young charge who can get up and down results from Grand Prix to Grand Prix. It's still Philip Potts, Caroli, Mackenzie and Searle. So I'm not even going to try and start predicting things. If Caroli can win this race, that's 25 points. If Purcell can't claw himself back up into a decent, he's still down in last place at the moment, 2 laps. So if he can't claw himself back up again, what's that going to do for the championship standings? Well, I'll tell you. Purcell would have 195 points. Caroli will move past Philip Potts into 168 and into 2nd place. Tyler Rattray drops down to 4th, with Deruva 5th. Mackenzie will go up to 6th. Carl Nunn will drop to 8th. That's how it is at the moment. Tommy Searle would be in 10th. Carl Nunn, again, will be in 7th place on the number 8 KTM. So that's how it would be. That's our projections, as we say, our virtual World Championship standings. The overall result here at the moment will be Philip Potts, Caroli, Searle. Holy smoke, Tommy Searle. If he can get on the podium as an overall result, that is going to be that's going to be, the crowd are going to go mad. And I've just lost the picture completely, so I'll turn it in the right direction. I've lost our race picture completely, so if anybody's out there listening to us, can you come and salvage the situation? We've just pressed the wrong button totally and lost our picture. So Philip Potts it is that leads at the moment. Caroli's there with him, and we've got no picture on our monitor at the moment, so we need to just quickly cure that problem so we can see what's going on there. Tommy Searle, the young Brit, is in 3rd. Gonçalves is there with Bozier behind him. Gunnarsson, Rattray and Mackenzie. And then we've got Purcell, that's Sebastian Chiodi, and you know Chiodi riding with an injured knee, damaged his knee quite badly, broke the muscle, he said, in his left knee, so it's pretty serious.
Doesn't look like he's got much of an injury today.
He still rode in Japan, ice packed around his knee with his knee brace on, so he didn't give it up. He missed out on the Bulgarian Grand Prix, rode in Italy and scored points again, so he's 33 years of age, 3 times a world champion. He's only small. We call him the Braveheart now because he's ridden so well. Right, we just went momentarily quiet there because we were just readjusting our monitor to get our picture back. Sorry about that, but it's all been going on because Philip Potts, according to my information here on the screen, but I'm looking now at the race picture. There is David Philip Potts, and this lad, Italian, seems to have had a pretty slow start to the season, but he's coming on strong now, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's had some good results, and these are tracks, it seems he likes the harder packed tracks.
Would you call this a hard-packed track? I'd call it pretty soft, I would, but...
There's been some hard sections out there.
There's some slippery, according to Stefan Everett, there's some slippery bits out there. which can catch you out if you're not careful. We saw it. Kenneth Gunderson fell in race. Well, no, it was Gunderson also took a bit of a tumble in race 1. But we saw that Steve Ramone, whilst leading the MX1 race 1, fell. The front wheel got away from him completely, and he was so lucky not to get collected by Josh Coppins and Candy Dyker. So.
Yeah, that was a lucky getaway.
Very, very lucky getaway considering where it was, I can tell you. So David Philipparts, well, there's the time. He's the quicker boy of the two at the moment. Caroli is still there behind him. Searle is now 10 seconds behind the leader. 1 second behind him is Rory Gonsalves. Then we've got Bozier in 5th, and then Gunderson 6th with Porcel. That's Sebastian, number 19, 7th. Tyler Rattler 8th. Mackenzie's made a mistake. He's dropped out of the leading group down to 9th place, and Chiodi drops to 10th. Nunn is 11th. So Billy Mackenzie, with an opportunity to finish on the podium at the end of this Grand Prix, has blown that when he's obviously made some sort of mistake. Christophe Porcel has recovered his senses and has now moved up to 24th. So he's not a boy to give up, is he?
No, you know, we probably see him scoring some good points by the end of the race if he keeps this up.
He needs to, because he can't afford to give away that amount of points. So he holds the red plate at the moment, and you're not really being involved in motocross back in South Africa, because you were involved in the sale of accessories to power tools, aren't you? You sell power tool bits.
Yeah, anything that makes your power tool, electric handheld power tool useful, literal bits and whole saws and things like that. Good business? At the moment it is, yeah. South African economy is fairly strong, and we're fairly busy, fortunately.
There's a lot of history. This Tommy Searle going through 101, so that's why I couldn't recognise Tommy. The dirt was all over the numbers. I knew it was a Kawasaki. I should have recognised his clothing, really. That's the man behind him at the moment. That's Gonsalves, the number 10 rider, the Portuguese rider. So he's dropping back a little bit. So Tommy Searle, who's just turned 17 years of age on Wednesday, if he can get a podium here, that's his first podium of his racing career. That boy is going to be so happy. You've been there, you know what it feels like.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, to be in front of your home crowd and be able to come through with a podium finish, there's nothing better.
You were in the Grand Prix last year in South Africa. You were there, you saw everything, the action. You saw the Everts mistake on the last lap.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it, could you?
I couldn't.
What's he doing, waving to the crowd and falling off?
That's it. That just shows even the best of us can make mistakes.
Coppins was happy.
He was.
Now there's a young man that's he's worked so hard over the years to get where he is. Always second, third, fourth. He just wants to go that one step further, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to break that kind of jinx that you have.
A bit like Monique Pavorts.
Yeah, Kurt Nichols, another one.
Yeah, always finishing second, always. For 2007, when you see that Stefan Everts is going to retire, there's going to be a lot of riders, all with an opportunity of taking the World Championship in 2007. It's going to be a really, really incredible season, I think.
It's going to really open it up, I think. And
have you been keeping pace with the World Grand Prix in South Africa? Have you been watching it?
No, every so often I catch a little bit, but don't get to catch much of it. I read a little bit on the internet and follow the results there.
So, as they say, there is life after motocross.
There is, but it's still a love of my life. And
you still ride?
I ride socially, yeah.
Ride on the road or on the track?
No, on the track. Yeah.
Bit of a sort of enduro type riding, I would have thought, yeah?
Well, do a bit of both. Go out in the country with my mates and go for a ride for a couple of hours in the bush.
But you've got a big enough country to do it in, that's for sure. And there's plenty of bush over there.
Oh, it's fantastic riding country.
Provided you don't ride into an elephant or a hippopotamus or face to face with the lion when you come through the bush.
We try and avoid those areas.
Yeah. So, Caroli, well, you can see the gap between them now. That is, well, I'm going to say less than a second. So, Antonio Caroli, this is Italy number 2, I think, here in Britain for this second race. Tony Caroli, determined that he's not going to let fellow Italian get any further in this championship if he can, because if we look down the particular results after, well, not just after the last Grand Prix, this is not after, as I said, after the first Grand Prix. I'm just going to flick down, I dare touch buttons here, I'll muck everything up again. Philipparts would be we're still looking at Philipparts, Caroli and Searle as the top 3 on the podium here. Searle will draw with Mackenzie on 33 points, with Gunderson on 30. So if Mackenzie can get back in front of Searle, he will take that third overall position. However, Purcell will still lead the championship standings with 297. Caroli will move up to second with 268, and Philipparts will be third with 260. Rattray will have 251, Daruva 246. Mackenzie will drop to 6th, 201. Tommy Searle will move to 10th to 162. So, with all that in mind, they've all got it to race for, I think, haven't they?
Yeah.
Look at these two
Yeah,
Kawasaki, but that's
Purcell coming through.
And that's Tom Church just in front. Tom Church making a return to Grand Prix racing in Bulgaria, where he qualified and scored points. Didn't qualify last week in Italy, still trying to get himself race fit. And Tom, I'm sure after a couple of Grand Prix will start to put the speed together. He needs the speed now. People don't understand that when you've been injured for some time, you come back to racing, you've got to get your race speed again.
Well, that's it. It's a race speed and it's a race mentality as well. You know, your mind plays tricks on you if you've been injured. So it takes a little time to get your confidence back, even though you are 100% fit sometimes.
Well, Tom Church on the Molson Kawasaki #2, sponsored. One of their sponsors, of course, Bell Earth Moving Equipment in South Africa. You probably know those guys over there.
They make some good machines.
They make some good machines indeed. They're one of the main sponsors, and they'll be obviously in South Africa in force to support the Molson Kawasaki squad. There is Caroli, Gunnarsson in 7th, Mackenzie 8th. Mackenzie making a bit of a play. He's coming back. Rattray, I think, has moved up to 9th now. So Tyler has had a pretty bad last 3 Grand Prix. That injury in Japan has done him no favours at all. Injured himself again last week, and no, those are not Bell machines in the background, incidentally. Good crowd of over 39,000 have flocked in here over the last 2 days. We had a big crowd yesterday, a bigger crowd today. Camping from Thursday on was absolutely packed, solid. If you're coming down to Motocross of Nations in the 23rd and 24th of September, here at Matley Basin in Winchester, you need to, I think, to get here early. You coming over?
I was hoping to, but that's when my wife's going to be due about,
Of
so
course,
I'm going to be at home.
You're going to be daddy number 2.
That's it.
More sleepless nights.
Yeah, 1 or 2. So that's why I thought I'd better get over to see this event.
Well, I was hoping to get Andrea Bartolini, the former 500cc the former world champion, the Italian, in for the first couple of races. He didn't arrive, unfortunately, so maybe he's got tied up. But Andre saying to me, I come for a bit of a holiday because I have 2 young children at home and I don't sleep at night time. So I come here to have some sleep, he says. But I was hoping to get Bob Moore in to come in to say a few words. Bob, of course, the legendary American who rode with Donny Schmidt for so many years as his teammate in Chesterfield. You'll remember the days of Chesterfield Yamaha, won't you?
Oh, of course, very well, yeah.
So the days when cigarette sponsorship was allowed.
That's it.
But Bob, I was unable to find him and pin him down in the break, so I bumped into my friend here, Ryan Hunt, the South African ex-Grand Prix rider, and said, come on, I say a few words. He said, okay, and he's here sitting beside me. It's great to see you again. It comes from a fabulous country. Those of you out there that have never been to South Africa, don't believe everything you hear see on the news. Get over there, have a look at it. It's a fantastic country. It really is, especially when you get out in the bush.
Oh, it is. It's a good place to be.
Good place to be, as long as you're in the right bit.
That's it.
It's all about the right bit, isn't it?
Yeah, coming to see the Sun City Grand Prix would be a good opportunity because you're out in the bush as such, and so you can watch the racing and see some of the animals.
Yep, and then there's lots of things to do. There's swimming pools, leisure centres, all sorts of things over there. It's pretty.
It's a fantastic resort.
A pretty awesome resort to say the least. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's Sun City in July the 16th to be precise. But meanwhile, out front, it's still Philipparts and Caroli beginning to play a little bit, beginning to start it for the fans here. The track's roughed up a little bit now. They've kept the dust down. We've got one more race to go. Of course, it's MX1. This is MX2, Race 2 here at Matley Basin here in just outside Winchester in Great Britain. The British Grand Prix. Our sponsors, of course, are Keosha. The sponsor here, of course, is Bike It, the people that distribute motorcycle parts from not just road bikes, but road racing and motocross. Extensive catalogue Bike It have, and they are the people to check out if you want to buy some parts. Gonzalez and Purcell now. So Purcell beginning to close the gap on the Portuguese rider. So that is Sebastian, the older of the 2 brothers. And these 2 Purcell lads have been some kind of revelation this year.
Yeah, I don't have much information on them, actually. I haven't been following them.
No, but they are, especially Christoph, who's only 17. They've been incredible. These 2 lads have been they're brothers, And there was some story about they were going to go to America this year, but one couldn't go, so the other decided to stay. So it's good that they did, because you know they provided some great racing. Here he comes up
Great
the
competitive
inside.
family. Yeah.
It's a very competitive family. I thought Tortelli. Antonio Caroli.
He's going to get there.
Look at Paul. He's having a look. Philip Potts is having a look. He knows he's there. He knows he's on the gas. Caroli with well, we've got loads of time to go, so there's no big rush on this one. I think Tony Caroli wants to just get past the fellow Italian, David Philippotts, and just get the job done. And here he comes. Has he made it stick? Yes. Is he closing the gap? He's going to shut the door. Yes, he does. Philippotts goes the out. Long way around. He's fastest boy, isn't he?
They're on the gas.
Oh, somebody there on the floor. You said you were impressed from his speed from race 1 because he had a bad start, but he just kept his head down and kept going for it. That's impressive, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah. You know, signs of a champion. That just keeps on going when things are tough.
14.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Loads and loads of time. Tommy Searle at the moment 13 seconds behind the race leaders, the first 2, and he has a 2-second gap to Rory Gonsalves, who has a 1-second gap to Sebastian Pourcel. Entertaining when you watch it on TV, isn't it?
That's good. But looks like Caroli's pulling a bit of a gap here.
Yep, I'm not surprised. I expected that to come. He's turned the wick up. He's got the Yamaha on full tune at the moment, and he doesn't. He got beaten twice in this lead by the guy behind him.
So he's got a point to prove
today. He's got
a
point to prove today. He just could not get past Philippotts. That was an incredible race.
So I wonder, well, Philippotts is 2.5 seconds behind.
Yep. Do you think Philippotts may have some problem?
Don't know. But he doesn't seem to have an answer for Caroli yet.
Or has Caroli just turned up the wick? Let's have a look at his lap times. They're doing best lap time at the moment for Caroli was 2:03.369. Philippotts' best lap was 2:05. Their last lap was 2:03 from Caroli, 2:06 from Philippotts, and 2:06 from Tommy Searle, 2:06 from Gonsalves, 2:06 from Pourcel, 2:06 from Bozier. So the top 6 riders, taking away, of course, the one in the lead, are all on virtually the same times.
Yeah, very close.
This could get interesting as the race goes on. 13 minutes plus 2 laps. This could get very interesting. Tommy Searle needs to turn up the wick just a little bit now, because if Tommy can get to second, Mackenzie is in 8th position. Let's just go to our virtual overall results. It's still Philippotts, Caroli. Now it's 7 points to Philippotts in the lead for the overall result. So at 47 to 40 to 33. If Philippotts drops further back, Caroli's going to take. Well, that's how it stands at the moment. If Caroli just continues in the lead, Philippotts drops further back, he might jeopardise that overall result, that top podium result. So we'll have to wait and see. Mackenzie waits in 4th position behind Tommy Searle, both on 33 points with Gunnarsson on 30. So, and Tyler Rattray will finish 16th with 16 points, 13th overall, with Gareth Swanepoel finish 15th. That's how it is as far as our particular. Pourcel at the moment has moved up in the standing in the order, so he's got 301 points as it stands. If he finishes where he is, Caroli will have 271. It's getting close. You think it's going to be a battle here for the championship?
Well, let's hope so. It does make it interesting when it comes to the last rounds. If you don't know who's going to do the winning.
Well, it makes for the public coming in, that's for sure.
Of course, yeah.
A lot more people come to watch, especially if they're Italian. It's 2 Italians fighting for the crown, that's for sure. The Italians will come out in force. They'll do it the Italian way, as that's only the best way. I enjoyed a nice bowl of pasta with Lorenzo in Martin Honda in the lunch break while I was looking for Bob Moore. I actually think he walked straight past me, but I just don't think I saw him quick enough. But not to worry, I've got my friend Ryan Hunt here from South Africa, who I'm going to try and get some time in South Africa at the start of next year. I'm going to disappear to the Italian Alps and play in the snow for Christmas like I normally do. Best place to spend Christmas Day, on top of a mountain with a set of skis on your foot.
No, I tend to agree with you on that one.
When you don't have a family, you don't have a wife, well, no, you go and do it, mate. Then I think I'll find myself an airport, suitable airport that gives me a straight flight to Johannesburg, and I'm going to be on a plane. That's
plenty of those.
No, there's plenty of those, yeah. Get to Johannesburg and enjoy South African hospitality and get out in the bush and get to see myself an elephant and a tiger and whatever I get to see. You've got snakes over there.
We do.
Spiders.
We do. Snakes and spiders.
And they bite.
No, well, you got to keep away from them. Well, you know, they don't come out to bite you.
You step on them and they bite you for the inconvenience, aren't they? Okay, mind your feet when you're. Yeah, but the game
they're generally more scared of you than you're more scared than they are.
We know what you mean. They're more scared of you than you are of them. That's what you're trying to say, I think. Billy McKenzie, well, he's not scared of anybody. Billy riding with that broken hand at the moment. Good result in race 1 for him. Potentially on a possible 3rd overall. If he can just get past a few riders in front, he's currently sitting in 8th place. Kenneth Gunderson will be the first rider he wants to see. Fellow Yamaha rider. We'll battle on here. There's Carl Nunn, and I think that is Rattray alongside him. So there is McKenzie as he jumps through this section of the track. The track has really, really held up well here, considering there was nothing here 2 weeks ago. It was just a field.
Unreal. They've done a really good job.
Yeah, getting all the infrastructure around, the electricity, the water. They've done an incredible job.
Yeah.
8th place for McKenzie at the Moat. The rider who rides for the Grand Prix sponsor, Bike It Dixon Yamaha. I think it's Bike It who are the main sponsor. Kaiosha, of course, Iro there, our helmet sponsor. They're also very much in the frame here, as all our other sponsors are. Let's not forget City, of course, Kaiosha, Shift, of course, Dunlop, Unibet.com, all our sponsors, and Red Bull, of course, KTM. Let's not forget them because they're pretty important to us, to say the least. Red Bull, of course, are one of our major sponsors. So, and of course, UFO as well. They're also involved with us. So, it's nice to have all these people involved. Caroli still leads it. That's 12 laps gone, 6 seconds in front of Philip Parts. Tomisel 19 seconds, just 2 seconds in front of Rui Gonçalves. McKenzie 39 seconds. He's a long way back, but 8 seconds separates McKenzie and Gunderson. 11 seconds to Bozier, who's in 6th place. So Billy McKenzie is on a bit of a mission at the moment. I'm looking at lap times. You still got last lap 2:04, that was Caroli, 2:06 for Philipparts, 2:05 for Tommy Searle, 2:05 for Gonçalves, and 2:06 from Sebastian Porcel. So at the moment, Gonçalves and Searle both on quicker laps than anybody else and closing on Philipparts.
Yeah, well, Philipparts is dropped 6 seconds behind Caroli, so but Searle can't seem to capitalise on that because he's 19 seconds behind Caroli. So he needs to turn up the wick a bit.
He needs the nitrous oxide button switched on, I think, at the moment. He needs to get a little bit more power out of the back of that Molson Kawasaki. So the guys, of course, will be coming to South Africa 16th of July. Our next Grand Prix, of course, we go to Sweden, 2nd of July in Sweden, Uddevalla. You raced there.
One track I don't think I got to, no.
Where did you race in Switzerland? Roggenburg?
I can't remember now, to be honest.
That long ago. Oh dear, if a rider can't remember where he raced last, how does a commentator stand any chance? I don't know. But there you go. So anyway, Sweden, Uddevalla, that's the 2nd of July. It's week after next. Next week we go to Melk in Austria for Supermoto action. You can watch it all on mediazone.com. Please do tune in and do enjoy the Supermoto. Our top British lads, if you're in the UK, that's of course Christian Idden and Samuel Warren will be there, hopefully. And there'll be, of course, Idden still 3rd in the standings after 2 podium 3rd places after the first 2 rounds. Then we go to Sweden for Grand Prix racing, Uddevalla motocross, that is. South Africa 16th of July. 30th of July we go to Lockett, the Czech Republic, and it's always great fun when you go to Lockett, that's for sure. He's smiling, I don't know why. Ryan Hunt is smiling when I mention that word. You have experiences of Lockett?
I don't actually, but my brother-in-law lives in Prague, so I'm just thinking of the Czech Republic.
Maybe pop, you know, you can get over, pop in and see your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Caroli leads, there he is. Tony Caroli, he was up at the beer tent last night partying. He takes his racing seriously, but he also takes his partying seriously as well. Speaks pretty good English now. I was hoping to get him in the commentary tower last week, but I spoke to him today. He said, I couldn't find you, but I'll excuse him because we were in Italy and he was pretty well bombarded with a lot of fans wanted to speak to him, get his autograph, so he was pretty well bombarded, so we'll let him off. We'll get him again. Virtual GP winner, David Philipparts. Sorry.
Yeah, Caroli seems to continue to put in a quicker lap than the rest.
There's the girlfriend of David Philipparts. I think that's his girlfriend.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like Philipparts has got an answer for him this afternoon in the 2nd heat.
Actually, he's probably had the pit board from the team, and they've said overall results still there, stay in second. Do you think that maybe?
Probably, yeah. You know.
At the end of the day, it's who stands on that number 1 step is the most important place to be.
That's it. That's it. So
the overall result.
It's safer to make sure you're on that top.
Absolutely right. Safer to be sure of an
top
overall,
step.
even if it's only second points. Tommy Searle, come on, Tommy boy. 17 years of age on Wednesday. He is that, and look at the crowd. They get behind him. The British crowd are get behind young Tommy Searle. This has been in the waiting. This has been something that we have expected to happen soon, and it looks like it could happen today. And no better place than his home Grand Prix. You agree?
No, not with there's a crowd behind him. I think he can do it.
He's got Rory Gonzalez still behind him, and the gap between the two of them is yeah, let's have a look. Now it's still only 2 seconds, so just 2 seconds-ish. So Tommy's going to have to keep the wick turned up.
He's been keeping it 2 seconds for the last couple of laps. So
this boy is a sensation. Of course, all the questions you know as well as I do. You get into the paddock in the middle of the year, and you get all the little rumours going around about who's going to do this, who's going to do that. It's not changed.
No, I'm sure it hasn't. No, well, this makes.
Lisa Church there, the team manager for Molson Kawasaki, watching their protege, as one would say, they took on last year. His dad's alive. Have you met his dad?
I haven't.
Oh, he's a complete scream. He's a party animal. His dad is an absolute party animal. I'm not going to go into details, you're all right, but I can tell you he's a party animal. And the two machines behind, they're still trying to stay with this younger bar. I'll tell you something now, Tommy Searle is a fighter. He will not give this up. He will keep his head down. He will go for this. Ray Rosen there, he's retired after a great result in race 1. So fellow, and so has Swanepoel. So at the moment, Tommy Searle is the only Molson Kawasaki runner out there. The other two have gone. So he's flying.
Well, he's got to keep that flag flying.
He's got to keep that flag going, that's for sure. No doubt about that. Philippart still second place for the Italian. So Italy 1 and 2. Great Britain in 3rd. Gonzalez, that's Portugal, in 4th. From France, from Sebastian Pourcel in 5th. Norway, Kenneth Gunderson then France, Bozier. Britain, 8th, Billy McKenzie. Italy, Chiodi. He's been racing some years, hasn't he? Even when you were racing.
I remember him, yeah. We raced together a good few Grand Prix.
3 World Championships. 33 years of age. He's the oldest rider in MX2. You talk about small, short riders. He is short and small, even if he has the most unusual hairstyle you'll ever see. But 33 years, I mean, what a character he is. I mean, he is a character. He's nicknamed Braveheart because he's riding with a very badly damaged knee. And to be out there riding with that knee is courageous, you have to say.
It is, yeah.
Team look on. Anxious looks on the face. Not actually sure who that is. That's... Here we go. It's still Antonio Caroli from David Philippart and Tommy Searle, Gonzalez, Pourcel, Gunderson, Bozier, Mackenzie, Chiodi and Nunn. Carl Nunn, top 8. He came back after race 1. He said to his dad, I rode like a person not fit to be on the bike. He actually didn't say that, but I was trying to think of a clean version. You know what he said.
Yeah.
I rode like a complete plonker. So poor old Carl, it's not been the British Grand Prix for him. Manuel Moni, then we got Sistola, Tyler Rattray 13th. Christophe Pourcel is now up into 14th place. Well, those points gaps are slightly the damage that's being done by that crash that Christophe Pourcel had in this second race. He's trying to mend some of that damage. Pascal René there, Anderson. That's Brad Anderson 16th. Mark de Roover is in 17th. Borg, now Sean Simpson 19th. Julian Wing 20th. Tom Church is in 21st position and out of the points at the moment. Jeremy Tarou, who is last year's European 125 champion, starting to get his Grand Prix act together on the number 11 bike. He's in 22nd. Nicholas Albin, terrible race for him after leading race 1 for quite some time. Unusual lad. Seems to be up, down, up, down.
And you can have days like that.
Yeah, just doesn't go right for you in the second race, does it? Someone falls off in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Dugan is, I've got a feeling that Jason Dugan may well have retired. I'm not sure. I'm looking up here. Gareth Swanepoel has retired. lap two, yeah. We've got Milan, Campano, Analog, Guarneri and Swanepoel all retired by the looks of things. Also got Dugan and Rosen. Dugan retired on lap 12. Oh, what was that? It's a fight for 12th place. That's $6. And that is the brother of the series championship leader. That's Sebastian Pourcel, 22-year-old. So it's his brother that's currently behind him at the moment, I think. Yes, Christophe Pourcel. We move up a little bit further, and there is Sebastian in 4th. So Christophe is currently now 13th, so he's gone up another place. His brother is in 4th. So the Pourcel, the French tricolour, as they would say, is still flying quite nicely.
It is, but let's hope Searle can turn it up now, because Pourcel seems to be on a charge.
Yeah, well, we've got 0-0-0 on the top of our monitor, so that means that 2-lap board will be shown very shortly to the #1 machine. Antonio Caroli will take that board. That means that's 2 more laps to go to the checkered flag. Well, the one they're on, the one afterwards, of course. That'll be 1 lap after that. And that will, of course, then mean that if Tommy Searle can keep that position and keep Pourcel Sebastian behind him, that will be enough to give him that 3rd position and enough to still give him 3rd overall. Billy Mackenzie's still on 33 points, but Mackenzie is further down in the race. Mackenzie is actually 8th place at the moment. Gonsalves has now shown as drop into 5th place. Pourcel into 4th. Gunnarsson 6th. Bozier 7th. Mackenzie 8th. Chiodi 9th. And Carlman is in 10th. So that's how it's coming up on our monitors at the moment. There is the man. 2 laps to go. The board has finally gone out. There he is. Rory Gonsalves. He is in 5th position. Sebastian Pourcel on the number 90 Kawasaki is now in 3rd. The board goes out. Fight, it says. Fight. What do you do? I mean, you raced for quite a few years. You had mechanics that wrote things on the board. When you see things like fight, push, what do you actually think as a rider?
Well, sometimes it gives you a bit of a wake-up call. But yeah, we used to try and have things that made sense on our boards.
What's the worst thing they've ever written on your board when you raced?
I don't know, one day when I was riding slowly, they said, no parking zone.
You get a ticket if you go any slow. You've got to get a parking ticket.
That's it.
Nothing like, I think you should stop for a beer because we're all thirsty. Yeah, I've seen some things written on boards before, believe you me. It's better at schoolboy racing. You see some really good things at schoolboy, like forget your tea tonight. And don't forget those new jeans that you thought you were getting tomorrow. Yeah, we're shooting up into the team, the Caroli team. That's the gap, 11 seconds to Philip Arts. Well, Antonio Caroli could literally stop for a beer at the moment. Because that legendary Harkin Colquist did that in Namur many years ago. You remember that, didn't you? When his brother, he stopped on the old jump down by the bar at the bottom, and his brother bought him a beer and he sat there and drunk it, still went on and won the Grand Prix.
Fantastic.
Ask Roger Harvey, he'll know for sure. But it was a few years ago. Harkin did that in Namur. It was a few years ago. My memory, I've only got a 64 chip brain. I need a 164 chip brain. I need an upgrade. There's not much room left in there now after 30 years.
Yeah, plus 11 seconds.
Plus 11 seconds. So we're looking last lap. Antonio Caroli then revenges himself for last week in Italy when he was beaten twice by Philip Arts. He's going to beat Philip Arts here, but only in the 2nd race. But for him, that's good enough. Philip Arts should still take the overall result. It's still Tommy Searle in front of Pourcel. We don't see anything at the moment of those two because we're following the race leader, as we should do. Antonio Caroli, Italy. It's the Italian way, and they're doing it their way. The young man, the Sicilian Charger, the young man that learnt to speak English over the winter, came back this year and now speaks good English.
Oh,
he's worked hard on it.
Well done. Yeah.
He's worked very hard on it. I mean, because you speak South African. Afrikaans, and of course you probably speak a muttering of Zulu as well.
I don't understand much of the African language, but Afrikaans, which is close to Dutch.
It's very close to Dutch, yeah. Or Flemish, so Flemish to be precise, yeah. Although they'll disagree with you.
Exactly. Yeah, well,
they'll totally disagree with you.
Purists will.
Yeah, through the Winchester waves for the last time here at this British Grand Prix. Italian #1, the world champion, looking to now put the pace on and put the fight on to get that #1 plate for 2007. Antonio Caroli. The question now being asked is, will he stay in MX2 for next year, or will he go for the big bikes? Well, that's one to be considered over the next few months. Possibly he will. He's only little, that's the trouble. But Eric Gabors was only little.
True.
Caroli now plays for the crowd. Look at that. He's loving
Lovely.
this. He loves it.
He's made the second Lariat race look easy.
Yeah, you watch what he does over the last jump. You watch this. Forget the checker flag. Just watch what he does over the last jump. He will hang that bike so far out. There he goes. Look. Oh! He's played to the crowd. Tony Caroli, he's the champion. He is the champion, not just on the bike, but off the track as well. He is a boy that just knows that. Oh, and checkered flag then. Tony Caroli wins the second race. Italy is there. They're all cheering in my truck at the moment. Second place, I'm another Italian. It will be David Philipparts. Is Tommy Sell gonna make it? I think he has. Or has he? Yes, Tommy Sell makes third. Tommy Sell makes third. So let's have a look at the virtual standings. Tommy Sell finishes third overall. We've got 47 points to 40 points to 33. Mackenzie will still finish with 33. Tommy Sell is going to be on the podium, and there's going to be some cheers there, and that's poor Sell there